Hey, all my fantasy football friends, what's up out there? Tony and Greg coming at you again with our first official mock draft of the landing spot era of the 2022 Dynasty Fantasy Football season. We're going through 2 rounds today. We're talking Superflex, we're talking full PPR, we're talking 3 wide receivers starting, single tight end, half point tight end premium. Pretty much the juice that you see in any sleeper league. Yep, we got Greg sitting in the 101 slot. I'm the 102, and we're just gonna go odd even, straight down 24 picks. How you feeling, brother?
Oh, first chance to make some picks. Let's do this.
Love
All
it.
right, so I'm 101.
You are 101. Get it.
All right, give me Brees Hall.
Get.
Um, yeah, I just he was the first running back taken. He was the top running back in my rankings coming in. He was the 101 coming in. Um, and I like the Jets as a landing spot just fine. I don't get the people who are allergic to uniform colors. Go, Tony.
I feel it. I ain't allergic to green. I'm gonna take a different form of green right here in Kenneth Walker. Excited to see him in that crazy neon green thing the Seattle's wear. The Seahawks wear. Just some preface. We were gonna do a ranking video, but we said let's just do a freaking mock already, because who doesn't like a mock draft? All right, back to you, Mr. Odds.
All right, well, so that's my top tier, Hall and Walker, right? So now I'm
Yes.
at the top of my second tier. Uh, if I'm in this position, I'm happy to trade down, 1 to 4 spots and get something 23 second like those. But not trading down here. So I'm going to take the guy who I think has the best combination of safety and upside at the wide receiver position, and that's Drake London. Happens to be the first wide receiver off the board in the NFL draft. Happy with that move.
Yeah, love it. I would have taken London there as well. I have a kind of a mini tier between these two guys. I'm taking Garrett Wilson. I'm not afraid of Laundry either. Don't care that he's a Jet. Kind of like it actually. He actually has. I think Zach Wilson's got some NFL swag ahead of him. Some goodness in his future. At least I hope, because I've been buying him up this offseason for pretty cheap. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson, the cleanest prospect in this class at any position. He's going to be very good. I don't know if he will be great, but he has a chance. So I'm going to take the guy who I actually had ahead of Wilson, behind London, and that's Treylon Burks.
Ooh, you're rising on Burks.
I am rising on Burks. All right. So I think between London, Burks, and Wilson, Burks is the riskiest with the biggest ceiling, and Wilson is the safest with the highest floor, and London is a little bit in between, but they're all real close. Yeah, I just like the intentionality with which the Titans said, okay, you know what? That's the guy we're gonna get to do the thing that the guy we traded away used to do. And yeah, I'm gonna be happy to take Burks here. Back to you.
Yeah, I'm going Chris Olave here at the sixth spot. What was he? Top 12 picks? It was 14. I forget exactly where he went.
I
But
think he was 11.
okay, there
Right,
you go.
he was right behind. He was the pick after Wilson.
Yeah, they went 10, 11. Yeah, and I'm gonna pair that up. I'm gonna pair up these Ohio State boys together. The Saints are gonna use him. That's a pass first offense. Jameson loves to get the ball to receivers, not the tailbacks, not the tight ends. Jameis gets the ball to his wide receivers. He also just throws it a lot. Um, yeah, A plus coaching staff. Nothing bad to say about Olave. Feels very safe in the six hole here.
Okay, well, all the receivers I will take ahead of Kenny Pickett are off the board, so this is where the quarterback goes. Kenny Pickett.
There you go. Yeah, probably could have made a case for him over Olave. I don't know. It's all tight
No,
in
no,
here right now.
it's all close in here. I did have Pickett as my number 6 prospect,
Mm.
precisely behind all 3 of the receivers who went 3, 4, 5. But this is the middle place where, gosh, if you're going to get 6-8 years of Derek Carr level, Kirk Cousins level play in a good franchise that we just talked about in the last video, has a great history of drafting productive receivers,
Oh yeah.
like you're going to be happy. You may not be thrilled, but you'll be happy enough. So I'm happy to have him here at 7.
No, I think you're right. But right here, if you guys are wondering where you should be taking Pickett, where does Pickett slot in among these receivers? It's like right in here. It's like right after the first two, three, four wide receivers, like 5 through 7 area. Take Pickett. Don't feel bad about it. That's where
Yeah,
he
he could
goes.
slide another spot. There might be one more guy that you like, whatever. But
Yep.
it's in this range.
The guy I like here at 8 is Jameson Williams. I love the talent of Jameson Williams. I think he evolves into Detroit's #1 wide receiver. And you know, if they're terrible, and I hope they are terrible, they get an elite quarterback, a C.J. Stroud or someone in there. All of a sudden, 2 years down the road, you have an incredible talent like JMO, who's paired up with an elite ascending Herbert-esque type quarterback. That's a lot of juice to put on one of those rookies, but maybe.
He's a dome player too.
Yeah.
So we've now crossed a tier threshold for me, and I'm going to be taking George Pickens here.
Ooh.
I don't like this as much as any of the. I don't like this as much as any of the remaining or previously gone players, but I'm happy to do it here. I'll take the plunge.
That black and gold pushing him ahead of Dotson for you, yeah.
It really does. I just I do love that. Go ahead.
No, that's fair. I'm gonna take Dotson. I want that last first round receiver. I want I believe in Carson Wentz. Not that I believe in him. It's just he's fine. He throws the ball fine. Um, who knows if he's gonna be the long-term starter? I don't know. Maybe it's Sam Howell one day. Who knows? I'm not scared of Terry McLaurin as far as limiting his ceiling. They took this guy in the top 20 selections, so I'm not gonna take someone else over him. But it is close relative to what I think is coming at 11 for Greg.
What do you think is coming in for at 11 for Greg?
I think Christian Watts is coming, but
no, I'm taking Sky Moore.
Okay, heck yeah, all right.
I have Sky Moore here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would rather attach my young receiver to a 20-something-year-old stud quarterback than a about to turn 40-year-old stud quarterback. Who I like that situation more in general.
That's fair. I keep thinking about this. I think Rodgers is going to play the next 3 seasons and start in terms of play through 2024. He'll play the 24 season. When you look at all that guaranteed money he got for doing that, I just
maybe
it's hard for me to see him retire. He makes $60 million in 23, so there's no way he's retiring after this year, right?
There's other considerations too,
yeah.
Right? Like what if he says next year will be my last year? What does that do to the dynasty value of his young receivers?
That's fair.
Right?
That's a fair take.
So
yep.
there's other considerations other than just what points, right? It's like that whole situation blows up when he retires, just like in Tampa, right? Like I like Chris Godwin's talent for the next 3 or 4 years, but like as soon as Brady's gone, he's in a much worse situation. And there's no real plan to fix that before he gets old, right? So there's that kind of concern around Watson that Sky Moore is like, if that hits, he could just be there in the Tyreek Hill role for 8 years,
You're right. I just struggle to project things more than 2 full seasons out. Like I try to do this when any dynasty off season. I look ahead and I'm like, okay, the season in front of us, and then what do I think of the following season? And any multiple seasons out beyond that are like I don't try to like claim that I can think about those. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's close-minded. Maybe that's short-sighted.
I like to think 2 years from now, what will people think about the next 2 years?
Okay, yeah, all right.
You see what I'm saying? Because I want to know what this player is going to be worth in 2 years, and so I need to know what people's outlook will be in 2 years.
That's fair. Yeah.
So it's like I'm not really predicting what will happen 5 years from now. It's more like if 3 years from now is a cliff, then 2 years from now, I'm not going to be able to trade this guy.
I feel it. So the evens, I'm up then for 12, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm taking Watson.
Yeah, no, he was the next guy. I get it.
Yep. I really enjoy the talent. I expect to get Christian Watson around this area of my live drafts. Yeah.
That's the end of the tier for me.
There you go.
So I had all those guys on the same tier. Now just to everybody's tiers are going to be slightly different, but like, I had Olave, Pickens, Dotson, Moore, and and Watson all in the same tier, right? So like you can move a lot of spots and still not lose a lot of value.
You have Pickens
So
over JMO.
I have Jameson over Pickens.
Okay.
I have Jameson ahead of Pickens. I have Jameson ahead of Olave as well.
Interesting.
Olave 2 spots back behind Pickett and Jameson.
Oh, okay, so I took him. All right, yeah.
Yeah. That's the biggest difference we have so far. But if I can slide down and pick up second round picks next year for sliding down from 6 to 8, 6 or 6 to 11, right? That's fine with me. This is depending, unless I need a quarterback, and then I'm going to go get Kenny Pickett. Or actually, I take that back. I would have taken Pickett there at 6. So maybe more like 7 to right. Like after Pickett's off the board, I'd be willing to slide us down to 12 and still be happy. All right, so my next pick is up, right? Let's see. I'm going Alec Pierce.
Very nice. I would have done the same.
Yeah, safe. I think he's a starter. There you go. What do you got?
Yeah, so this is where things get a little spicy, probably. I'm not 100% positive. I'm kind of reviewing. I don't have like my hard and fast rankings made up. I'm kind of just doing this off the cuff. I'm looking at shoot. James Cook would be in play right here for me. Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know, man. I'm thinking John Mechie. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna take. I think Mechie. That's my pick here.
All right. Yeah. So, I think you picking.
Did I reach? It's insane. Yeah.
No. You did not reach.
Okay, sorry. I'm just reviewing. Yeah.
I think I'm going to take James Cook.
Yeah.
I had Cook then Mechie on my list. So you didn't reach. I was trying to
feel you out where you were going to take Cook at.
I was going to take whichever of these two guys you didn't take.
Certainly. All right.
I had the choice, I'd have taken Cook, but this is all a tier, right? Pierce, Cook, Mechie. This is all the same tier to me. They all have safe qualities and dart throwy qualities, right? Like traits and warts is how I would look at this group.
That's a good way to put it.
Plus warts.
Boy, this dries up quick in the early second. I didn't expect it to be so bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking at it, and I'm immediately going to Jalen Tolbert is where I'm considering. Wan'Dale Robinson had that premium draft capital. Tyquan Thornton. I don't want to mess with that. Why are you doing this to me, Belichick? Yeah, I'm gonna go. Take a Tolbert, man. I want the Cowboy. I want the high volume passing offense.
Okay.
I think the target should open up. I'm down for that.
All right. So you just passed on 2 second-round wide receivers to go into the third round with Jalen Tolbert.
Yes, I did.
And I am going to follow suit with my favorite third-round wide receiver, David Bell.
Yep.
I like a lot of things about David Bell. He's early entrant, very productive in college. Yeah, he tested bad. I don't really care. At this point, it's a good landing spot. He's going to be productive in my view.
No, that's fair. So again, Wan'Dale Robinson's just sitting here, this Giants receiver. He would be in play certainly. Trey McBride, the number 1 tight end in the class. We did say this is tight end premium. He's in play right now. I'm still not in on Malik right now. I'm not really feeling Malik or Ritter at this point in time. I'm looking at the running back. I think that's where the value is currently on the board. The RBs that come to my mind that I think are interesting in this spot are Dameon Pierce, Samir White. I think Tyler Algier, even as a 5th-round pick, is kind of interesting given his situation in this area. It's tight. It's tight in this area of the draft. My heart right now is telling me Dameon Pierce, so that's what I'm going to do at the 2.6.
Okay, we've got a day 3 pick here in the top half, sneaking into the top half of round 2.
What is going on? Yeah.
So I am going to take Trey McBride here.
Yep.
I have Trey McBride finishing out the top of the round 2 tier. But I'm a little high on him too, so I don't mind being the guy to get into that.
I am the inverse of it, but yeah, I hear you.
You're up.
I am up. I guess you're right. 2.8, well, like I said, with it drying up as much as it is. So, do we want Spiller, Robinson, White, Pierce Strong, Rashad White, Algier, and then kind of him and Hahn? Wandale Robinson, I mean, when does that just become strictly a value against his draft capital? Calvin Austin and his black and gold uniform is starting to appear on my draft board. Definitely becomes extremely flat. I'd say after McBride right here, very flat.
Yeah, there's another second round wide receiver out there in Thornton.
Yeah.
There's several third round running backs that have handcuff appeal, and Malik Willis.
Is Ritter in play? I kind of want Ritter over Willis. Does that make me a nuts? Shoot, let's do it. Let's lock it in. Let's for the exercise sake. I'm taking Desmond Ritter right here.
Okay.
He's got the chance. I mean, he's got a more clear path to the field than Malik does. I feel confident in his ability to run whatever offense they put in for Mariota, without missing a beat. They have 2 pass catchers that were drafted in the top 10 of the NFL draft. I'm interested in Ritter, and we're at a point in the draft where the picks aren't that expensive, where I feel like I have this big investment. If Ritter goes to 0, I won't be butthurt. I won't feel like I missed. But, yeah. Maybe that's too high. I don't know.
So this is where I stop the Wandale fall.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just unwilling to let the 43rd pick get to the 3rd round.
Top 50, yeah.
I'm just not going to do that.
No, it's okay. I mean, do you think I'm reaching with the Ritter? Maybe. I'm just going with my gut. Just going with my gut says.
There's no right. I think this exercise really shows it. Look at this list here. Look at the name that's 3rd on this list. He didn't get drafted.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is a crazy. This is wackadoodle, man.
You're right. You're right.
Where are you going next?
I'm gonna keep shopping for opportunity. And with that in mind, so I'm thinking Ty Davis Price, or I'm thinking Algier. That's where I'm at right now. I'm still willing to wait on Malik just because the path to the field just seems so dire for him. It's Tannehill has to get hurt or has to play so poorly that they put Malik in, and I just don't see either of those things really happening. Where did Shakir land? Wasn't he like a 6th round pick? 148 overall is a 5th round pick.
He was a very high 5th in Buffalo.
Right.
Second or third pick of round 5. Very high.
Yeah. It's Ty Davis
I'm
Price.
a little surprised. Okay. Yeah. I'm a little surprised Rashad White is not in that conversation for you.
Oh, he should be. Yeah, he's right in here. Yeah, shit. Let's take him right here. I used a bad word, but I'll put a dollar in the jar. But I'm down. I top 100 capital. He's not gonna slip any further. Tom Brady is his quarterback. I'm in on Rashad.
Okay. Well, and I'm just gonna. We've reached the point where I'm just gonna continue to hammer this process. Like, I'm not gonna let a top 50 wide receiver slide past the 211. I'm gonna take Tyquan Thornton.
Okay.
He could be the Patriots' #1 receiver this year. And if he does something like that, okay, maybe it's a 10% chance, right? Then what you get is, they went up to the middle of the 2nd round. They traded up for this guy. He produced. He's now their locked in #1 with Mac Jones for years. This is how narrow this street goes, right? And like, all of a sudden, this guy's worth an easy 2023 first, right? Because he's the #1 in New England for years to come, right? Like, so the draft capital, if it hits, helps both the job security and the trade price. So I like that.
Yeah, I totally feel that. We're both shopping opportunity. Like I'm taking Pierce and Ritter maybe because the opportunity is going to present. And you're doing the same exact thing. You're just doing it with higher capital players.
I like Pierce a lot. I think Ritter isn't for me. Pierce was close to that spot for me, but Ritter isn't for me there. But
Ritter's a reach there.
White is. Man, who knows what's a reach
It's
yet?
just it's crazy, man. Who knows? I
Close out
love
the
it.
round. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Close out the round for me.
Close out the round. I'm gonna close out the round with a guy with a pass to the field, and I'm gonna take Matt Corral. Most important position.
You are going to take Matt Corral over Malik Willis.
I'm going to take Matt Corral over Malik Willis because I don't think I think Sam Darnold will falter. I got Sam Darnold's numbers in front of me, and he has never started more than 13 games. 13, 13, 12, 12. If that trend continues, Corral gets a few starts. Maybe he does a Davis Mills with him. I don't know. Well, Mills started a lot of games, but yeah.
All right, names only. We're going back and forth until somebody takes Willis. I take Woods.
Let me punch him in.
You punch him in. Yeah. I take Woods.
You take Woods. I'm looking at it. Give me Algier.
Okay. I'm taking Brian Robinson, third round capital. I think he's the starter in Washington in 23.
Yep, I feel that.
You're taking Jameer White, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
All right, I stop Willis here.
Yeah, that's fair.
So this is where you and me just messing around got Malik Willis got to 305.
Woo-wee. What is it, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28? Almost out of the top 30. Barely in the top 30 rookies, Malik Willis. This guy was a top 50 player in the whole league a month ago. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, folks, right. Hopefully this gets you started with your rookie drafts that are starting right away. Obviously, Tony and I are going to have to come back and have a little conversation about those 4th and 5th and 6th round rookies and try to help you guys find assets you can put on your taxi squad this week that will win you titles in 2024, that will bring down $1,000 check for you in 2024. Right. But now, that's the top 2.5 rounds for you folks.
Yeah, and you want to keep it going? We only did a 20-minute banger. I don't know. It'd be my pick. Shoot.
All right, if you want to pick, I got a few more on the list.
I'll finish the third out. We'll finish the third out here.
All right, we'll finish the third out.
We'll try to bang it out. 306. Give me this. Give me Kyron. No, I lied. Give me Pierre Strong. That's what I want. I'm gonna keep taking these running back darts because they find opportunity usually. So I'm taking Strong.
All right, I'm coming back to Isaiah Spiller at this point. Then
that's fair. I'll take Kyron here. Take the Ram. Who can pass box? Will be on the field.
Have you taken Davis Price yet? No, I'll take Davis Price.
Shit, I meant to take him like three. He's so far down the list. Yeah.
Oh, hey, guys.
Yeah.
This is why we do these exercises. Hey, Tyrion Davis Price went in the 3rd round, and he is so far down your list.
I would have.
If you were not thorough, you will just take other guys over him.
Mm-hmm.
And for want of scrolling down 2 scrolls farther, you will not have a starting running back for the 49ers forever. Right? So just be aware that this one guy is way too low on the list on Sleeper app.
This literally just happened. I probably would have taken him over Zamir at 3-4. That's
really?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. He's a Niner. He got 3rd round capital. I just screwed up and overlooked him. My bad.
All right.
Whatever.
Okay, well, your go now.
Well, I took Kyron, and then who'd you take? You took Ty Davis, so now it's me. Shoot. It's on me. Give me Calvin Austin.
Yeah.
I'll take the Steeler.
All right, give me Romeo Dobbs.
I have trouble putting him in.
I was going to take Austin, and Austin and Dobbs are the same guy to me. Like those are 4th round, could have been 3rd round prospects with good landing spots.
I gotta find Romeo Dobbs. He's in here. There we go. All right, we'll finish this 3rd round out. I'm up. I mean, boy howdy.
Greg Dulcich, Kate Otten, if you want to go that route. If you're still throwing the running back darts, Hassan Haskins is is the handcuff for what's his butt, the King Henry.
That's what
Fourth
I
round
wanted.
wide receiver Ezukanma.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I'd be
yeah,
taking
I think
I'd
those
be taking that Henry handcuff. Was it Haskins? He said he's the one who got.
Hassan Haskins.
Yep,
Yep.
that's who I would take right here. Did you see Jalen Watermeyer is free agent to Buffalo, UFA to Buffalo?
Oh,
That's interesting.
yeah. Yep. A lot of good prospects made it through. All right, so there's 3 rounds. Yeah, and you can see there's a bunch of in your tight end premium leagues, right? This is where that 4th round you're going to hit these. There's only a couple of tight ends off the board. This is where you're going to hit just a whole row of tight ends in round 4, right? Like you got Dulcich day 2, round 3. You've got Otten 401. You've got Ruckert round 3. You've got Bellinger's a 4th rounder. You've got Ferguson a 4th rounder to Dallas. All of those guys. Charlie Kolar, 4th rounder. Chigo Okonkwo went 4th round to Tennessee. Right. So all of those guys should be going in this very next group, along with 1 or 2 other guys. And then some more dart throw low round running backs. But that's where we're at.
From 1.3 to 2.5, that's 14 selections. There's 12 receivers taken.
It's all receivers.
So it's blue. It is the ocean out there.
It's all receivers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. Like,
yeah.
It's Kenny Pickett and it's James Cook. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like, if this is a 1 quarterback league and Kenny Pickett's not in there, James Cook could even slide a little bit. You could get 12 in a row. It's a crazy good receiver class. That is what is going to save the value of this entire draft class, because it's not a great class overall.
My strategy's been in startups this year, man. I've been getting loaded on receivers, trading back into a bunch of 23s, putting myself in like a tanking position, and like I'm just gonna be getting a bunch of these rookie receivers paired with a bunch of young, fresh receivers I have, stacking up like 3 or 4 of the first round running backs from next season, next year's rookie class, and that's my long-term dynasty outlook, is building my teams like that right now, and I'm digging it. I'm feeling good about it.
Hey, and look at the opposite here too. Like from 206 to 309, we've only got 2 receivers off the board.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right. So like you run through every receiver you can really conceivably take in this year's format. And then it's okay. Well, now we're going to take all the injury away running backs. Now we're going to take these developmental tight ends with ceilings. And now we're going to take all the non-Pickett quarterbacks, and I guess we'll take Wan'Dale Robinson and Tyquan Thornton because they're in the 2nd round. They shouldn't have been, but they are. So you got to do it, and that's it. And then it goes all the way down to Calvin Austin and Romeo Dobbs.
And I take Ritter and Corral both ahead of Malik because I'm crazy.
I don't get that. I understand the opportunity, but like the problem for me with Ritter and Corral is that like. Yes, they have a better chance of playing, but if they don't play, then they're going to lose their job next year. And if they do play and they're not great, they're going to lose their job next year.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas Malik Willis can not play a snap and have value next year.
Because he's interesting and he's like a handcuff or upside.
Right. Because it's like, and Tannehill's still there for 1 more year. Tannehill's going into his walk year, and they're not extending him. Well, okay, so now right now Willis is a trade asset, and people are like, "Oh, is Willis going to be the everything we thought he was going to be, but just 2 years later?" Right? And like all of a sudden, he's a fun asset. I'm kind of a history buff, but like there's this idea called a fleet in waiting, right? Which is like sometimes if you have a big Navy fleet, like it's better to keep them in port, and so that because as long as you have it, people are scared that it could show up anywhere at any time, right? Whereas if you send it out there, it can get sunk, and then you don't have a fleet anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes, like the backup quarterback in waiting is sometimes more valuable than the 3rd round quarterback who gets on the field, goes 3-10 and loses his job.
I mean, Trey Lance, that was like the highest profile example of this, right? Like he didn't play at all, and he still stayed super valuable. Like his value held, even though he never touched the field. I mean, a little. He started 2 games? It's very scary. Yeah.
The fact that Tennessee can't draft another quarterback, the fact that Tennessee isn't going to have a high draft pick next year,
Yeah, I like that.
is what is crucial to me, right? Because all these Atlanta is going to be in a position to take somebody. Carolina is going to be in a position to take somebody.
I guess I'm kind of hoping
happen.
for that Russell Wilson-esque thing. I mean, not that Ritter or Corral or Russ, they're not, but like a rookie
Well,
come
they
in,
could be, right?
I'll play the
That's your
incumbent
shot.
and take a shot at it.
That's your shot. You're hoping for the Davis Mills thing, where they just do enough that they don't replace him.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
I'm hoping I'll play the guy that's there, and hopefully he's a week 1 starter. Like I take Ritter, as one, Mariota can get hurt, and this is the same thing for Corral if Darnold could get hurt, and 2, those guys could play just so bad that the youngster gets in there, and 3, the rookie could just outplay in camp. That's the upside with those dudes. And I hear what you're saying, that those teams, those Panthers and Falcons, are so freaking bad that even if the guy gets in there, there's no security for 23 because of what's coming out. Yeah.
Even if they're merely okay, that's not enough to win enough games to keep them away from losing their job in a class that's going to have all those guys. Right? Like this is Davis Mills doesn't happen in 2022 because if Davis Mills happens in 2022, everybody pats him on the head and is like, thank you so much for shepherding this team towards the 3rd draft pick. And now we're going to take Spencer Rattler. Thank you for your service.
Mills was just this crazy perfect storm because he was at the bottom of an elite quarterback class. He went to a team that had such a massive opening at the position, and he did it, like we said, pre this class in 22, where there's no one clearly set to take him. So it's just he fell into this sweet spot on the timeline. Davis Mills did, yeah.
Exactly. If there had been an elite prospect, Houston would have gone and gotten that prospect.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. Well, let's keep this short and sweet for our listeners.
We good? We do under 30? We're pretty close.
Under 32.
All right. Send us home,
Tony.
Greg. Close it out.
All right. Thank you very much for listening to us, our fantasy football friends. This has been Tony and Greg for the Multiple Firsts Dynasty Fantasy Football channel, giving you our first rookie mock draft of the post-draft season. Have a good night, everybody.
Later, y'all.